Hi Libra. So let's go ahead and get your spread out on the table. Welcome to the middle of August as well. Let's see what's going on for you during this time. Libra. All right, where are we going with this? All right, Libra, the first thing Spirit is saying is family, okay? The word that I'm hearing is family. Family, family, family. Okay, so I'm not sure if that's positive or negative, but family is what I'm hearing. All right, so you are showing up as the Magician. I want you to be aware that the Magician is a very powerful card, but it also can be a deceiver. It also can mean that you are not being yourself. It can mean that you may be hiding something or you're trying to cover something up. Okay, so it doesn't mean that that's what you're doing, but you just want to make sure that if you have a lot of power, that you're using it for good and not evil. Okay, and make sure that you're aware of the power that you have in the first place. Okay, so the first thing that I'm seeing here, where you're at right now, is you're in a bit of a conflict. Okay, and it could be dealing with your career. I see that there is competition. You guys, I'm really sorry, someone's cutting the grass. I think my neighbor is, but I'm not gonna stop this reading. So we're just gonna keep going. So yeah, Libra, you have the Five of Wands, so you could be having some struggles or some competition within your work life. I also see that what you're moving towards is the King of Swords. So you're definitely having like this mindset where you're feeling like you are going to do what you want to do in your life. Like you're not allowing excuses to stop you or anything like that. I also feel like some of you guys are frustrated at work. So maybe it's not that you're struggling, but maybe you're just frustrated there. Like maybe you feel like you want to do something different or you need to move around. I also feel like with the Five of Wands, that means that you need to move around literally. Like you need to be more active. Like maybe incorporate some physical activity into your schedule. Some of you are struggling with an Aries or someone who's younger than you. But I also see that, you know, within your career or whatever the situation is, the battle is like you want to do something new. I think you want to do something exciting. I think you're just bored. I feel like you want to just do something completely different and you're tired of saying, I'm going to do it, you know, at a certain time. You're like, I want to do it today. I want to change things today. And you have all the power to do so, especially with the Magician card. So as you showing up as the Magician during this time, Libra, you have all the power in the world to do what you want to do, okay? Now remember, you have to ignite that fire. You have to activate it, but you definitely have the power to do so. I see that it's like you want some excitement. So the only negative thing that I would see with that is that maybe you're going to invite the wrong type of excitement into your life. Like it could be drama or it could be an actual fight. I just feel like you need to add some spunk to your life. You need to do something that you really want to do. So if that means changing careers, do that. If that means getting into a new sport or finding a new hobby, do that. You have to find something that's going to work for you. Yeah, it looks like you're struggling with your career, or your job. Like I think you want to do something different. Like I feel like the job you're at is not your career. It's just what you have to do to make money. And I just feel like you've been doing it for a long time and you're just ready for something new. This also could mean that you're bored. I just feel like you're bored. Like you want to do something different. You know that it's like you have an idea or you know you could do something, but you just won't. You haven't done it. You're showing up as the Magician twice. Okay, so it's like your palms are itching right now. Like you feel like something good's gonna happen or you want something to happen, but you just don't know what to do. This is not bad at all. I just feel like the only thing that would be bad about this is the fact that there's a lot of potential for you to get into an altercation or some sort of argument. But I feel like the energy that is happening here, you could use it to move up, or you could use that as competitive energy to do bigger and better things. You just have to do it, okay? So the outcome for the situation is that there is some beautiful things that is going to happen for you moving towards the future. I do feel like you have to put some work in though. I feel like you have to set that up for yourself. So if you're ready to move forward, let's say for example you want a new job. Okay, let's start applying. Let's start getting some interviews going. Let's start, you know, setting up what we want to do as our career. What are you going for? What are you trying to do? Figure that out and then start making movements towards it. And I really think that you can make it happen very quickly. Like I don't even think it's not an issue. You just have to say, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I will make this happen. That's it. You have all the power here. You have all the credentials. I think you're qualified for whatever you're trying to do. So just go for it. What you're moving towards, like I said, is the King of Swords. So you're about to be in this position where you're able to not make excuses for yourself, and you're just going to do what you feel is right. You're going to be self-reliant, okay? In your career, what you want to do within your creative life, your passions and things like that, you're going to make it happen. This is a beautiful combination. I really like to see this. So it's almost like you have a thought or you have an idea, and then you actually bring it into fruition. So I think that is very powerful. Yes, and you become, I think some of you are going to be in the spiritual advisory business or something like that. So you could be a tarot reader, you could be an astrologer, you could be someone who does yoga, like a yoga instructor, you could be people who do like the sound baths and things like that. You could be selling spiritual tools. There's so many things that I feel like you're probably going to be getting into, but it could be anything. But I just see that you're going to become very profitable in this situation. You're going to be someone that people go to for something, is what I'm trying to say. So if that's something you want to do, go for it. I'm literally seeing it here. Yeah, you're going to feel like you're on the right path when you go towards this situation. You're also going to feel like, yo, I made this happen. I did this. Like, all I did was put my mind to it and I did it. You're going to see how powerful that is when you have a thought and you actually just go and do it. And I think you're going to feel comfortable as well, too. Like, you're going to feel like this is what I was supposed to be doing this whole time, right? So the outcome for this, we have the Eight of Wands and the Devil. So I feel like this is something very quick that is going to happen for you. But it's also something like you're immediately going to feel like, yo, I'm finally doing something for myself. And I feel like you're going to feel a little bit like a rebel, because I feel like this is something that's a little, you know, off the path that everyone else goes down. But I feel like for some reason it's going to make you feel like powerful. So that could be good or bad, just depending on what you're actually working on. So make sure you're focused on something that's going to be good for you and grow you on your path. Okay, you also want to make sure that whatever thoughts that you're having in regards to what you're building, that you're really taking the time to look at it and examine it for what it is, and make sure that it's supported by, you know, strategy, a plan, and then also make sure you have enough money. You may need to apply for some grants, is what I'm seeing. A very specific message. Some grants. Make sure you just have like the right backing when it comes to whatever you're trying to build, okay? Because I feel like it's going to be something that's really major and really big here. I feel like a lot of you are going to be starting your own business or something like that, okay? So just make sure you do your research and things like that. Don't rush it. Now what Spirit wants to tell you is the Ten of Pentacles. I said family. That was the first card that I mean the first word that I heard. So I think you're supposed to be thinking of generational wealth. Whatever you're trying to build, it needs to be something that you can pass down to your children, or it'll at least provide a certain lifestyle for the rest of your children or your grandchildren, you know, however big you're thinking. But this is also saying that this is going to take some time, okay? So this is something you're going to be growing from the ground up, and that is beautiful. So you have to trust the process and allow it to grow, okay? And also you want to think for the long term. That is the major message I'm getting. You want to think for the long term, okay? Okay, Spirit is saying suffering is silence and awareness. So if you know that you're not happy in whatever you're doing, you need to make changes in that. The first step is becoming aware that there is a problem. And I don't mean that in a cheesy way. I literally mean if you're going through something, the only way that you can change it is by saying, hey, I'm not happy here, or hey, I want this to be different. And then you start making action towards making it change. It's going to start with yourself first, though. So if you're over here numbing yourself and pretending things are okay when they're not, you're always going to be suffering, okay? Also, this is saying if there's something that you can change literally by speaking up or just changing how you move, you might want to do that, okay? This is also another oracle message. We have the Emperor, meaning that you are the person who controls your own empire. Your empire being your life, okay? Your lifestyle, your livelihood, the way that you move, the way everything. You control all of that. And not control with malice, but you control, you know, everything that you want to do because you deserve that. That's your birthright. And you also want to make sure that you have some sort of source or something that you connect to that's higher than yourself to help govern you. Okay, because everything that is in control of major situations, whether it's you know, religion or it's God or, you know, whatever you believe in, that is going to be your compass. That is going to be what's going to help you guide and make wise decision for your own empire, okay? Specifically speaking, for those of you who have a business here, like you're going to be building your own empire essentially. So you want to make sure that you're making wise decisions and that you're really, you know, putting effort into making sure this is something that has a really beautiful foundation and something that you could, you know, build for the future and future generations to come. So with that being said, Libra, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I truly enjoyed it. You have some beautiful things coming your way, very powerful moves coming your way, and you're walking right towards them. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.